Good evening. There is going to be a video after this little introduction. Yesterday, me and Zachary and I had an incident in the kitchen, which I misinterpreted, and I got very mad at him, and I didn't give him a chance to be vocal or explain himself. I just thought he was being mean to me. And I know my son's not mean, but sometimes we get in our moods, and I have moods. I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect mom. I'm not the perfect person either. And sometimes we get in moods and it just bounces off of everybody. And so I probably had a bad attitude when I was in the kitchen cooking anyway. But I was done cooking, and I thought I had laid this fork down on the counter, but actually Zachary had laid it down on the counter, and he had prepared his things. Zachary is OCD. He has his things in a particular order. I moved the fork because I thought I had laid it there, not realizing I didn't even notice his stuff there, really, because I was in my own world. And I took something out of order, and he was angry, so he started slamming drawers. And I was like, well, what is the problem? Somebody took it. Why did they take it? Why did they take it? They take what? And he says, the fork. They can't they get their own fork? Who took it? And it was me. And I said, well, I took the fork. I said, I didn't know that was your fork. He just shut the drawer hard. And I said, well, you're not going to do that. You're not going to be mean to me because something isn't going your way, which I didn't realize I took it out of order. So I told him, I said, well, I just will not talk to you tonight. You deal with whatever you're going to deal with. I'm done. And so after about an hour, he went ahead and finished his meal, and he ate his meal or whatever, because he does his own meals. He has a particular diet, and the doctor's okay with it, so I'm okay with it. It keeps him thin. Yesenia has her own diet. She's vegan. She doesn't even eat any kind of meat. I try to coax her into eating a hamburger, but she says, yeah, she's going to eat it, and then she takes everything off and eat the bread and the vegetables. So she doesn't eat any meat. And he's a meat carnivore. He's a meat eater, no vegetables, except for peanut butter. And that's not a vegetable. I don't know what peanuts are, but anyway, he eats peanut butter and potato chips. Those are the only vegetables I can get him to eat. Every so often I can get him to eat broccoli, and he calls them trees. So anyway, a long story short, we had an incident, and after about an hour, we both were calm. I went and got in the hot tub. I was just chilling. He came out there and apologized, and still he couldn't get his mind to express what he wanted, but he just kept saying he was sorry, and that was fine. Tonight, this is a whole nother day. Tonight, when he came in to say goodnight to me, I told him, I said, well, you know what? I said, this is perfect. We need to record this because we had a misunderstanding. We got past it, but I told him, I said, people want to know your process. And so you will see Zachary's process. He wasn't angry at me. He was just like, things weren't in his order. And I've said it over and over. He cleans my kitchen, and I know he has things in order. He has my spice cabinet in order. He has, and if we move things, he puts them back. And if we move we watched it in one of my videos. We watched him put that paper towel holder. He just kept inching it until it got perfectly where he wanted it on that counter. And it sits there every time. We move it, he perfectly puts it back. So we got past something, and he learned something, but especially I learned something. So all along, going through all of this 20 years of ins and outs and ups and downs, you still are learning with autism. They're learning, but you as a parent or a caregiver are still learning, and we need to adjust. Sometimes we need to step into their world to understand their process. So I'm going to, I think this is 5 minutes. I'm going to post this one, and then this next one that's on next to it is Zachary explaining why he was kind of upset. He does a little stimming in this video. He thinks by looking up. So you'll catch all of those little things, but just listen to his words. He was able to put his words together. He just didn't want anybody. It's okay if he's not cooking for you to touch things, but if he's cooking, he's got things situated the way that he needs them to be so that he can finish his dinner. And I messed it up. So I had to take a step back. I had to say I'm sorry, and I'm glad we were able to get through it. We hugged. We still are connected, because he always tells me we're connected. So we're still connected, and we took our picture together, and I told him how proud I was of him just being able to voice his feelings. So, another nugget. Sometimes we, as the caregivers and the lovers of our children and our people we're guardians over, parenting over, we're all learning. And we get past it, and we hit those little bumps. But it's another nugget for you to pull something from the conversation that he gives you and get the understanding of how he's feeling and how he's thinking. Zachary is 20 years old, but he is not all the way 20 years old. So there's still some learning to go because he's delayed. We still have to do more teaching. And so look at the video after this, and you will get an understanding and a glimpse into Zachary's autism, because every time, if you've seen one autistic person, you've only seen one. They're all totally different. Yesenia and Zachary are twins, fraternal twins, but they're both autistic, but they're totally different people. So again, if you've seen one autistic person, you've only seen one. So you have to treat each person as an individual. So, okay. I just wanted you guys to get that before you go into watching Zachary's video. So, without delay, here's Zachary. Love you. People actually want to know how you feel. So, how did you feel last night when I was upset? My feelings were hurt. I know you want to laugh because it's fun, but how did you feel about that?
I feel bad.
Oh.
Yeah. It ain't trying to be mean to you. It's just didn't want anyone touching you in the counter.
Okay.
It's really not really something you did. It's just this is the one I want to touch it.
Thank you. I didn't understand that. I thought you were just being mean to me. And but you were just didn't want your stuff touched, right?
Yeah, like I think I remember Dad. I think I remember seeing. I think I remember seeing that. I remember and Dad and touched one of the seasonings on the chicken.
Yeah.
And I didn't want I don't want anyone
You
touching
just don't want anybody touching you. You have it a certain way
while I'm cooking.
while you're okay.
Yeah, because like if it was like something like something I'm not like focusing on, then like it's fine. But like if I was like if I was making burgers or something like and like someone just have like and I have the tongs right there and like someone just uses it. It's just cooking. Like probably it's just sitting there.
It's just frustrating to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Zachary, for helping me. I want people to understand that you have your own way of doing things, and it's your normal way. That's the way you like to do things. And I had intervened in your normalcy, and it upset you, and I thought you were being mean to me. But you weren't. You were just saying, I don't like my stuff moved when I'm cooking, right?
And like if I like wasn't if I wasn't cooking or anything like I found like touching it, but while I'm cooking like noodles or something like I don't want anyone touching it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. And he came to say good night. So, good night, you guys.